YouTube opinions on AI. It's weird that 10 years ago, people typing into Google, "Can you please tell me what the weather will be like this week? Thank you," was seen as weird and not appropriate, because why would you talk to your search engine? But reading the transcript of the conversation between Tom and ChatGPT, that's how it talks back to you. I went on to ChatGPT and got it to write a simple PowerShell script to find the sizes of folders, and it did a workmanlike job of it, coming up with one that did the job, but slowly. I wasn't impressed. Then I asked it to find a quicker way of doing it, and it correctly used a hash table, making it about 10x quicker. That was when I realized how important this is. Was genuinely expecting and terrified that the end of this video would be Tom confessing that the entire script was written by ChatGPT. I started to realize the gravity of the situation when OpenAI's CEO started talking about how underdeveloped ChatGPT is compared to what they're planning to release, even calling it their worst product. Such crazy times we're living in. Came in expecting another "OMG, Chat is so smart and no way" video. Instead got a view into a very personal and abstract feeling that spans entire generations. Great stuff. I noticed, too, that ChatGPT is really good at writing and altering code according to your inputs. It shocked me as well. On the other hand, there are weird gaps in its abilities. For example, it cannot write poems in German with rhymes. It has no understanding of what a rhyme is. It pretends to know, but then fails miserably each time to produce any rhymes. In English, that's not an issue, by the way. These gaps remind you that it has just been trained on an unfathomable amount of data. In the end, you ask yourself, what is intelligence after all? It seems you can create convincingly intelligent systems by feeding them with huge datasets. If sufficient conceivable conversations have been memorized, then it will appear to be intelligent. For me, it's uncomfortable how far that brute force approach gets you, because ChatGPT in many cases really appears to be smart. The weirdest thing is, when I was using ChatGPT, I found myself talking to it in a formal and polite mannerism when there was no such need for me to do so. It just feels wrong in a way, but that just shows how human-like it is. Crazy. A couple of Saturdays ago, I spent a little over an hour writing a roughly 70-line program in PHP that converts a number like 7,261 into 2 hours, 1 minute, and 1 second, minding the plurals, putting the "and" in where required, and with the Oxford comma. Then I asked ChatGPT do to it, and it did, in seconds, in just 27 lines of code, and so elegant, it was like art. Long story short, I know exactly what Tom means when he talks about the existentially dready pit in the bottom of his stomach. I felt the exact same way. Sure, ChatGPT missed the Oxford comma, but I can live with that. We are totally at the bottom of the curve. I'm finding myself daily saying, imagine if ChatGPT was trained on, insert non-public source here, I'd save so much time, and I'm not exactly the most visionary type. When you talk with ChatGPT, you are really conversing with the living embodiment of the entire internet. I'm presently most worried that people, of low to middle skill, won't know enough to catch ChatGPT when it's confidently incorrect, and that lives will be lost as a result. And it's not like that bad interaction doesn't happen with it's just people, but there does seem to be some bit of one's natural, healthy, skepticism that turns off when they're dealing with tech, rather than people. I had exactly the same feeling few weeks ago when I literally asked Chat to do my job. Regardless of where things like ChatGPT takes us, I'll stick around with watching your videos, created by you. And you just spoke out loud what was boiling in my brain for the last month. While my non-IT/computer science friends are having fun and getting laughs out of the ChatGPT model, I'm sitting and slowly realizing that the big change in our way of life is here, and not 5 to 10 years away. You've done a great job of summarizing the way I feel about the whole thing. Cleverbot was the source of mockery and haha, it's so stupid YouTube videos for years. When Talk to Transformer was popular a year or two ago, it was amusing enough. Then all of a sudden, GPT-3, then Stable Diffusion, then ChatGPT, and I hope you're strapped in comfortably because the roller coaster has set off and who knows when the ride ends. I love how terse ChatGPT's responses get toward the end of the conversation as Tom picks more and more holes in the poor thing's code, and demands more and more alterations. We're at the bottom of the uptake, Tom. Once ChatGPT releases, use and competitors will explode and we'll be going straight up that curve.